As you can see, one of the major issues with cement on these fire escapes, this is fire escape engineers here in Jersey City, is that it starts eating the seat channel into the building. And look at all that rust eating the top of the seat channel. She's already popped in that corner, so there's another life safety issue right here. Look at this. This is holding the stair, and that's already rusted, that entire clip. And if you look up on these treads, they all have rust in the connection. So life safety issues on that floor. She's already popped. Look at all this rust jacking. She's already popped this floor all the way back. So this is one of the floors to the top floor. This is probably the 5th floor. Has a life safety concern on the 5th floor, in that the entire structure is coming apart here on the 5th floor. So, and again, it's eating the entire structure. Look, it's all eating through. So this is no longer acting in unison. This is no longer acting to support 100 pounds per square foot. This fire escape, look, all that is eating the channel below, pulling, ice jacking and rust jacking is pulling it away from the wall. We're going to have to seriously look at when the client is looking at dealing with this wall, because we might have to unify the structure to help maintain it up against the building. That'll be part of the overall plan. The activity here will have to be dealt with, might have to be done with engineer oversight, might have to be done with permit. These are all things that are going to be discussed with the city official, but definitely the activity and the sign-off will have to be done with design professional overview and or others acceptable to the building official. As you can see here, rotting through again. So this is fire escape number 6. Plenty of life safety issues, plenty of concerns on the entire structure, all original hardware, no evidence of maintenance, just evidence of painting in its lifetime. And this fire escape does have life safety issue at the very bottom with that ladder. Treads ready to fall. She's pulling out of the building. The framework on all the floors, the 2x2 frame that goes all around, keeping the grating in position, is all popped or rust jacked. So we have some serious concerns. And this is number 6. This is number 7. Same issues. Life safety issues on number 7. So, fire escape engineers, inspector summary video, 866-649-0333. Escape Engineers Inspector Summary Video. Here we are in Jersey City. We're here at this location that has 11 fire escape systems like this. that have been recently painted in the past 5 years. Fire escapes must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. You must examine, test, or certify them. I've examined this fire escape. This is number 6 of 11. And all these red marks, not only here but up above, indicate that there's life safety issues on this fire escape. Many issues that don't allow us now to proceed to a load test. If this fire escape was in good condition, no evidence of rust in any connections, we would proceed immediately to a load test, and that would be good for another 5 years. But this fire escape does not pass the confidence test. We cannot load test, and she has some life safety issues that must be addressed. There's so many issues with this fire escape that I believe this fire escape is a candidate for a full refurbishment in lieu of a load test. And the report will indicate that, but first of all, let's deal with some of the issues that we have right away. And I'll start here. I'll make a 2-part video, and as I go back up. So let's talk about this ladder first, and the code. The code says that if you have, the EPA says you can't weld on this fire escape because you have lead paint. So anybody that's going to touch this fire escape, because even though it's painted, if you're you can't weld on it. So no welding repair, only bolted repairs can be done on this fire escape. The code here states that depending on the structural condition, a load test may be ordered. So this fire escape is not safe. So let's talk about this ladder. I have to unhook this chain, which is tied up like a knot. Okay, unhook it and pull it through this whole thing, and then I have to ease this fire escape out while still holding this chain. And then as this ladder folds out, if anybody's egressing out underneath this canopy, it's going to hit him in the head. So this swings out and arches out, and then it's going to conk somebody in the head. So this fire escape cannot be here. This is a modified fire escape ladder that I've seen occur to keep people from breaking in, but you can't. You have to put it over here, make it go down on the side here with weight so that it drops 2 to 3 feet per second. So this right now is not single action, requiring no special knowledge. You have to learn how to untie chain. And there's a certain point when you let it out by chain, if you're controlling the chain, that she goes horizontal and then she just drops. No matter what you do with the chain, you can't hold it. And she will conk somebody in the head if they happen to be walking by on the head. So with that, we have an unsupported platform, because as I'm standing here, that there has to tie back to here. This is all the way rotted through. So this platform, if you put enough weight here, you can actually fall through this corner. So there's a life safety issue here. All these treads, 100% of all the treads have rust in the connection. We also have rust on the top of these, to the point that some of these are going to be replaced. You can't even fix these. But if you're going to fix any, you have to remove 100% of the rust, and these rivets got to be rebolted. No welding, because you got lead on this fire escape. So I'm looking for other evidence of strength. I'm looking to see that this fire escape has been painted, which it has over its lifetime, but has it been maintained? The answer is no. There isn't one new bolt that I've seen that would tell me that this fire escape was repaired in its lifetime. So here we have treads ready to drop. This is what happens when you let the rust grow. They just eat all the way through. So this fire escape right now, there's nothing holding this tread. You step on this, tenants are going to fall through. The firemen are going to trip, fall down, hit your face, if not completely go over the rail. I've got cement issues on this entire structure. Every single support has cement issues. They're tied into the building 8 to 12 inches, and they are rust jacking. They're also, when they've opened up, they're ice jacking, and all of that is causing a major strain on all the entire structure. See this rust jacking that's happening here? This railing is acting like a truss to basically support. So in order for this to meet the 100 pounds per square foot, everything has to be tied in together. So I got a channel tied into an angle, tied into a railing acting like a truss going across. Well, all of it is popped. You go up, you start seeing that the rust has popped, the majority of this. Okay, so the bolts are no longer tied. So you step here, this pops out, you can fall through. So too many issues. It also tying back into the building is not properly anchored. Some of these J's are no longer sitting. Some of them have full amount of rust on them. So it is a full refurb. You change out all these rivets, there is no load test. You spot repair, and there's major rust at every connection. But there's over 75 or more. To me, there's no room. Look at all that rust. Look at all that rust in all these treads. There's no room for me to leave any of these behind and then load test the fire escape for the 25% or less fasteners that still remain. every single area like this is accumulating rust. That rust is eating that frame. This is a 2x2 frame all around. Most ends on all this entire fire escape are rotted out. Let's go up one more. Again, treads again, rotting from the sides and rotting from the top. Cement. This is a huge crack that is now forcing the owner to basically work the facade because that rust is popping that. Look at that rust jacking that's happening there. So that frame is already elevated. Look at this. I mean, it's all over. This fire escape has never had any maintenance done. It just wants to pop this next one, but look, it already popped all the other ones, so it's not unified, so it's no longer doing what it was originally designed to do, which is handle 100 pounds per square foot. Because now the railings, the angles, the seat channels, the grading, the stairs are not acting together. And she's pulling out of the building. There's no cement holding that in there. Okay, we have another tread here. As you can see, you step on this and the rust, put your finger in there. So that's false. That's a false tread. You step on that, the tendon going down or the fireman going up, and you're going to fall through. So cement, cracking, stairs, the cantilever down at the bottom. As you can see, you let that go out, it'll hit somebody coming out of that main entrance down below. So major issues on this fire escape. Life safety issues on this fire escape. But they've painted it. Whoever painted this just painted it without notifying the client that they had major structural issues on this fire escape. But there is no evidence of strength. There's no evidence of any maintenance over the 50 to 75 year life of this structure. So they threw paint on it, but she's falling apart. And this is one of the major life safety issues right here with this tread. This is part one. I'll start part two.